Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. And may the peace and blessings of Allah forever shower upon Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Today's date is the 6th of April 2024. It is 9:12 in the AM. So here I am again, back at it. This recording shall be uploaded to YouTube on my channel, The Layman's Way. So, I guess I should do a recap as to the nature and purpose of this channel. Basically, this channel is just like a diary of a basic, everyday Muslim African American man in America. So, the last video that I made was aired onto YouTube on the 20th Wednesday, December 2023. That's the last video that I put up on YouTube. Do I need to do any type of follow up on that video? There are a couple subject matters that I find interesting in that last video that I would like to do a little bit of a follow up. And one of them is the fact that when I made that video, I was discussing the fact that I no longer had a phone, and it was my intention to go without a phone for at least a year, but I didn't make it. Being that I have a wife that's a young lady, in this day and age, it's almost absurd and out of the question to not have a phone on your person at all times. So I took the lesser of the two evils, which is I got me a flip phone. I got a flip phone from Spectrum because I have Spectrum internet, so they had a pretty nice deal. I got a very basic, you know, flip phone, which also has access to the internet in case I need something like I need to look up, address or you know, a cab or something. But I don't know if it can do Cash App or anything like that. But anyway, the phone is like $5 a month. It's very basic. It's very simple, and I'm not as attached to it as I was with a more advanced cell phone. And really, to tell the truth, I'm still sold on the idea of not really having a cell phone. I really don't even want this. But it's better though. It is better because the attachment is not so severe. Like I just look around sometimes and I just see people with these phones. Like, okay, this is the month of Ramadan, and we in the last 10 days of Ramadan. And I've just been noticing how people treat their phones even in the masjid. Like, I don't know, man. Brothers and sisters, man, whoever hear this, just leave the phone in the car, man. Just leave it in the car. I know a brother, man. I know this brother. He never puts anything before his salah. Nothing. Not his mother, not his phone, not his job. He put his salat first above everything else. We got to do that when it come with these, at least when it comes to these phones, because you can't answer your phone in the masjid anyway. But I've seen people do it. Okay, I want to segue away from that and get to some new topics. Like I mentioned, it is the month of Ramadan, and I want to say some things in this whole endeavor, but I don't want to come off as preachy or complaining, but I might preach and I may complain from time to time. So there's a disclaimer. So anyway, like I said, it's the month of Ramadan. And one of the things that I noticed about this blessed month that I never had a chance to notice before is the way in which other masajid, other masjids treat the month of Ramadan. Like I went to a masjid and me and my boy, my son, we stayed the night. We spent the night because it's the last 10 nights you can find the night of power here. So the masjid is usually open all night. I went to this one masjid and unlike the masjid I'm more frequently known for being at, this particular masjid never turned their lights off in the musalla. None. The whole day. they never turn off the light, so no one could ever really just sleep and lounge in the masjid. And like, to be honest, I was the only one in. I was the first one in there who actually was laying down in the musalla. They had an area specifically dedicated to people who wanted to do their worship in privacy with tents. The masjid assembled tents for people. You had to sign up for a tent and you had to get one based on first come first serve. They had about 30 or 40 tents up there, and everybody was inside of their tents doing their worship. Whereas the masjid I usually go to is completely different. It's like full of people in the musalla at all times, and at all times during the last 10 days of Ramadan, there's somebody always sleeping in the masjid. There's somebody that's always asleep in the masjid. The light is always off at most times of the day. Like, subhanAllah, if you go to the masjid right now, you will find people sleeping in there right now. And when I say people, I mean young men. I mean young dudes. No more than 20. Some about 20. At the oldest is 20. And it's just like, to me, man, it's just I don't know. Okay. I just think, man, I really just think that something should be done about that to accommodate the people. You know, because the people that come to the masjid to pray, specifically with their intention is to pray and to read Quran, it shouldn't be disturbed by men sleeping in the masjid. Like, subhanAllah, we was making tahajjud, Salatul Layl, and we could hear a man in there snoring. We could hear a brother in the back snoring. And I'm going to tell you something else too, and I'm just going to say it. The masjid it stink, man. It stink. When you have men sleeping in the musalla all day for 10 days, it becomes it develops an odor, man. And I just think we need to figure something else out about that, and I would want Ramadan is almost over. I had a lot of insights, but once again, as you know, in light of the fact that I didn't have a phone, and also my headphones, my last pair of headphones we had a microphone on it, it got broken. So I had to get new headphones. So I got a new one, and this one seemed like it's gonna work out okay. I'm gonna say this. I don't really force too many things. I just go with the flow because I know the flow is dictated by Allah. So I didn't I didn't have a phone. I didn't have my microphone. So I just waited until I had a microphone, until I had time, and I waited for everything to be in place in order for me to do this what I'm doing right now. So it's like sometimes, man, you can't force the issue. Like, for example, another one that I can segue into too is about like finding a job. Like right now, I'm at work right now. I work in a laundromat, alhamdulillah, right down the street from my house. And I've been looking for other work, but it just ain't been working. I just ain't been able to find a better job or a different job. And every time something come up, it don't pan out. But it's just like I'm really trying to trust in Allah and depend on Allah and wait for Allah to give me what's best for me. And it's not always easy, but I'm trying. So, I think I'll let this be the end of this video because I don't want these videos to be too long. I just wanted to, start off and get it back cracking, let everybody know I'm back in action. And I just want to say, shout out to all of the brothers who listen to the videos and enjoy them and encourage me to keep going. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.